to the Wednesday game in the Champions League. You've got Leverkusen against Arsenal. Of course, there's absolutely no doubt we do see Arsenal not just winning this game, rather in Germany, but also qualifying for the round of eight in the Champions League. You've got Bodo Glimt against Sporting Lisbon of Portugal. This team is one team that must not be underestimated. You recall that I would call them the giant killers. In a lame Africa terms, we would say it was a miracle that actually got them here. Proud to the last two matches in the group phase of the Champions League, everyone had thought that there was no possibility of this team getting into the round of 16. They had to beat Manchester City in match day 7 and then got a remarkable victory against Atletico Madrid right there at the Metropolitano in Spain to ensure that they got to the playoffs. And when they got to the playoffs, another miracle again, for me, so to speak. They played against Inter Milan. Guess what happened? They recorded a 3-1 victory right there in Norway. And in the return leg in San Siro, once more, they actually brought the Italians to their knees. So it's going to be a difficult one against Sporting. I do not expect Sporting to get result against Bodo Glimt in Norway. Hopefully, it's going to be a tight one. In the return leg, we can see a very dicey situation. It's a 50-50 affair. Sporting stand the chance, and Bodo Glimt also stand the chance of qualification. Paris Saint-Germain against Chelsea. Chelsea, they have a new man at the helms of affairs, and for me, he hasn't done badly at all. Perhaps he still need more time to be able to put his team together. He actually came, earlier this year. That's for January transfer window, and he's done pretty well for Paris Saint-Germain. They seems not to be the same Paris Saint-Germain that we saw last season that took on some of the powerhouses of European football against all the expectations and brought them to their knees. It's not going to be, a one-way traffic for Paris Saint-Germain this time. I can tell you with absolute certainty that I see this game as a 50-50 affair. It can go either way. Chelsea stand a chance of qualifying into the round 8, and also Paris Saint-Germain also stand a chance of qualifying into the round of 8 as well. They are not as strong as we saw them last season. Perhaps we're going to be having, a 50-50 affair between PSG and Chelsea in both legs. You understand that? So we look at the last game, Real Madrid against Manchester City. Two sides that have been inconsistent for quite some time. For Real Madrid, they are actually trailing Barcelona as far as the La Liga standings is concerned by 4 points. For Manchester City, they are also trailing Arsenal in the English Premier League by the same number of points. But I think it's going to be a dicey one for Real Madrid. They are not that strong as expected. Of course, they had to bring in Xabi Alonso at the start of the season. Along the line, he was showed the Isidore, and then Abaloa took charge of the team. Of course, he's been doing quite a decent result, if you permit me so to speak. I also see this game as a 50-50 affair. It's not going to be a one-way traffic for Barcelona or for Manchester City. But at the end of both legs, we'll get to find out which of these teams have been able to prevail into the round of stage 8 as far as the UEFA Champions League is concerned for 2025-2026 European football season.